They do an evaluation on my knee. They said, this is the worst knee we ever saw, and you're going to have surgery. So I had surgery 2 weeks later. And then not only when I got to USC, I had 2 eye surgeries. Ultimately, with all that, I thought everything was done. I was like, there's no way I'm coming back from this. My pain was like 10 out of 10, but everything starts slowly falling into place. And I'll say hard work actually does pay off in time and patience, really, because like years prior, I would never have patience to wait 3 years for something like this or progress or whatever. And I think it's just a learning moment for anybody, but also of me. You have to wait for your time in order to accomplish what is set for you.
Welcome to the Secrets to Abundant Living podcast. Your guide on this journey is Amy Silvas, ready to unlock the keys to a life of true abundance. We're diving into everything from financial freedom and optimal health to meaningful relationships, geographic freedom, and everything in between. It's about creating a life rich in experiences, purpose, and joy. If you're ready for the secrets to an abundant life, hit that subscribe button now, and let's get started.
Secrets to Abundant Living podcast community, welcome. You are not going to believe this episode. I can candidly hardly believe it myself. We rarely have return guests, but some of them are special enough to have back. But real quick, if you don't know who I am Amy Silvas, the founder and CEO of Silvas Capital. We connect investors to hands-off real estate investment opportunities. But I also have the honor and the privilege to get to know incredible people like my guests and even meet them in real life, which is cool. Oh, and by the way, I've been mispronouncing his name, so we're going to say it right this time. Micah Williams, welcome, friend. So great to see you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks again for bringing me on the podcast. Not once, but twice, double back. It's really cool. So I really appreciate it again. So,
my pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Let's catch people up. So there's going to be some people who didn't listen to the first episode.
Yeah.
We're going to link that, but tell folks a little bit about you and we'll catch people up about how we met and the big development you've had since we met last time. There's a lot of good stuff, Fred. Catch us up.
Yeah, so we'll go first. So I met Amy just being on LinkedIn. So last year or even a year and a half ago, I had 3 knee surgeries. So I was at USC and I really want to network, get into real estate, trying to expand my horizon, especially since I just had knee surgeries and I was very lost. I was a student athlete at USC, doing track and field. I transferred from Oregon. And I didn't really know where I wanted to do. And, I knew LinkedIn was a big part of, networking, connecting. And everyone always says the chosen network is real. And that's when I was like, okay, let's just test this theory. That's when I reached out to her and she was super open, like open with all open arms, like was super thoughtful, super caring on being able to help an alum. So, and I don't know, we just hit it off, just the talking, speaking. She actually understood and wasn't really being judgmental on like what I was going through and where I was going. And she opened me with open arms. So that's really how we met. And I remember we just got really close. She was always open to like helping me. And that's when I reached out to her because I knew how to meet in LA. So I moved back to Portland after post-grad. I remember, hey, I'm going to meet in Portland, in LA. Would you be willing to go? And at first she was like, yeah, don't worry. And I did like months in advance just to make sure. And then I texted her maybe like a week before. She said, yeah, I'll be there, friend. That's what she always says, friend. So I'll be there. I'm like, okay, we'll see her. She showed up with her family who also loved track. And they seen me open up for my first time in 3 years, which is really cool. First time running in 3 years after 3 knee surgeries. So when I met her originally, I had 2 knee surgeries, 2 eye surgeries within that year. So from August to May of 2025, I had 2 knee surgeries, 2 eye surgeries. So she met me in like a very different time in my life. So especially, a very different time in my life. So it was cool that she was able to come and support me after seeing me at one of my hardest moments that I had. So I really do appreciate her and her support. Her coming to go see my first race, especially running 10-12, was a really good space and opportunity there, especially her family was there. Hopefully she pops up the picture, but it was dope. So yeah, that's really, really how I met her. And it was a really good, things happen for a reason. I feel like the way we connected was very genuine and authentic. And it was something that I needed. And it was a blessing in my life moving forward. And especially at that time in my life. So ultimately, if we're going to go about a little bit about my background, I competed at Oregon and USC. I did track at Oregon. I did track and football at Oregon. I was better at track. And that's when I made Olympic team in 20. I won NCAA championship. I won Pac-12. So I was on a big high in the sports world, thinking I would go professional. And I remember when I was playing football in my senior year or my junior year, my freshman junior year, I was playing football and I had a really bad knee. So I always had a really, really bad knee. But it never came into fruition until I started with football again. So that's when my knee started getting really bad. I had to get it drained every practice, to put a needle in my knee and then drain it every practice. So it was very tough. And one day I was like, it's unbearable. I can't do it no more. And that's when I went and got my first surgery. And I had a cartilage defect in my kneecap that was developing over time. And yeah, it was like super scary because I never had surgery. I never really had any major injuries. So at Oregon, they were like, okay, you got to get the surgery. You'll be back in no time. And I went there, got my knee surgery, and it just failed. The graft was too big. It failed. That's when I was like super, like pretty much insecure about where I wanted to be and what I want to do in life. And this was going into my senior year. So I ended up graduating early or graduating. And then I was like, okay, I need to like, just in case things mess up, I need to go somewhere where I can evolve and take the next step and change my life moving forward. I remember there was all these schools, and I remember my mentor was like, you should go to SC. And you were going to go there out of high school. Why don't you go to SC? I was going to say, I was like, nah, bro, I'm not going. So I remember I was looking at all these SEC schools, and ultimately, my mentor reached out to USC because he had their number already. And that's when I decided this might be the best opportunity for me moving forward. So at this moment, I had one surgery. I transferred to SC. And as soon as I get to SC, as soon as I land on campus, they do an evaluation on my knee. They said, this is the worst knee we ever saw, and you're going to have surgery. So I had surgery 2 weeks later. And that one, they tried fixing what the mistake was at Oregon, where it failed. And then that also failed. And then not only when I got to USC, I had 2 eye surgeries. They said I had a defect in my eye, and I had 2 eye surgeries. I had a defect in my eye called a keratoconus. So it was a defect with my cornea. And I had 2 eye surgeries that same year. So I got to SC in my master's program, and I had surgery in September. So I got there second week of August, so Tuesday I had surgery. And then in November, I had eye surgery on my left eye. February, I had surgery on my right eye. In April, I had my 3rd surgery, which is my knee on the knee. But that year, I was also graduating and trying to get my master's degree. So ultimately, with all that, I thought everything was done. I was like, there's no way I'm coming back from this. There's no way. That's when I started reaching out. I really tried to see what opportunities I had. And I was like, yeah, I'm screwed. Like, no way I'll be able to come back. No way I'll be able to do anything. I remember going to Chicago. So SC always had my back. That's why I ride or die, fight on forever. So they always had my back. Like the doctors, the trainers, they always had my back. Make sure I had the proper rehab, proper doctor. So they sent me to Chicago with a guy named Brian Cole, who's a really good doctor who specialized in cartilage restoration. And they sent me there. And he pretty much told me that you may never run again. I've never done this on a high-end athlete like you. You may never run, compete, jump. And at this moment, I didn't care because I couldn't run, jump, jog already. So this was just a chance I was willing to take. So he was like, we're doing the same thing now, but we're going to have to put screws in your knee and this and, do the same surgery again, but do screws in your knees. We were cleaning up. We'll do it the right way. And even then at this moment, I'm like, yeah, I am not coming back from this. Like, I am screwed. Like, I am screwed. Yeah. I'm screwed. So pretty much at that time, I was really lost. I didn't know where I wanted to do. Didn't know if I still want to do sports. So I was in a very hard spot. I ended up moving back home, just getting a job, trying to figure things out and just doing rehab. So fortunately, SC still covered my rehab to a certain amount when I moved back home. And I just think it was a blessing for me to come back home because I remember my P2 was like, hey, there's a doctor in Eugene or in St. John's, Oregon that does really good in cartilage restoration. I'm like, what? Who? Shit, like Oregon? That's where I'm from. So
Yeah.
that's when I ended up going back. I needed him. I met him, and we just took the process really, really slow. And even then, at this moment, like I would say, like my knee was very I would say the progress was very slow. Like for the first 8 months, I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to run, walk, jump again. And then I just made exponential growth, really, really fast, which I was crazy. Like I was doing terrible from April to January. My knee was terrible, hurt, painful. I couldn't do anything. And also, I didn't make it better. Like I was walking 8 to 10 miles at work every day on a torn knee. I work at a correction, so I do operations. So I had to do all the operations on the lot. We had a big acre lot, so walking from one side to the other, make sure the cars are there, ready for auction. So I was doing that every day. So my schedule was pretty brutal at this time. So before, it was pretty brutal on walking and doing this and doing that. And I was just trying to do it all on my own. And then I finally started making February and March, I got clear. I started making really good progress. And that's when I started training really hard. I'm like, okay, I'm everything felt good. Like I could squat and jump, everything felt normal to an extent. And at this time, I just started in grind mode. I'd wake up at 5 in the morning. I'd work out from 6 to 7:30. I'd work from 8 to 5. I'd go to my rehab from 5:15 to 6:15. And then I'd do a workout from 6:30 to 8. So that was kind of like my schedule. And this was all while walking like 8 to 10 miles just because I was trying to make it through, trying to see if I could do it. And I was grinding. And that's what was really, really hard for me. When I was getting really drained, I was doing all these workouts and stuff. And when I was still trying to make sure my knee and my strength was there for rehab. So it was really good though. Ultimately, I ended up doing that schedule for like 3.5, 4 months, like waking up 5 in the morning, working out, getting everything in outside of practicing and whatnot. And I just took to believe in myself because I didn't think I could do it before, but I started seeing what I could as time went on. Like it was a very hard 8 months, 9 months. Like I didn't think I could do anything. I couldn't walk in and jump. My pain was like 10 out of 10, but everything started slowly falling into place. And I'll say like even with the podcast or what this is, I would say like hard work actually does pay off in time and patience really. I think patience is a really important thing because years prior, I would never have patience to wait 3 years for something like this or progress or whatever. And I think it's just a learning moment for anybody, but also me, like time is of the essence and you have to like wait for your time in order to like accomplish like what is set for you. But that with that, I just took my time and I had my first meet in July, first official meet in July in LA. That's where she came, Amy came and watched me support. I was like kind of nervous. I haven't ran in a long time, over 3 years.
Yeah.
And she showed up and I ran my race and I ran 10:12 and it was like really good. In retrospect, like my PB was 9:8 before. That's when I went to the Olympics in 2020. That's like what I ran. And I'm running 10:12 as my first race in 3 years while walking 8 to 10 miles, waking up at 5 in the morning. And a lot of professionals aren't doing this. And it's a very like hard thing. And not only am I doing this, I joined like the USC Rebel group. So like USC Portland board. So like I've been doing that, like doing communication and trying to grow our Rebel group out here in our board, but also get my wrist license. That's what I was doing as well while working and training and trying to grow my LinkedIn presence. And then I do on the side, I do body work. So I do like body work on the side at a body shop. So like I'll go there and I'll do like body work on the side. So I'll stay proactive, but also grinding. But at this moment now, where I really do see like my potential and being able to like compete and go. I'm trying to get to this next level to get back to not only world championships next year, but the Olympics next year. So that's where like I reached out to Amy. I have a like donation site. I'm really trying to do this. I've even doing this all in sponsor, like paying for all my training, my coaching, my therapy, everything out of my own pocket. And it was like really, really stressful because rehab wasn't cheap. So once USD stopped covering it, it got really expensive. Same with like massages and all those things. So
Right.
that's where I reached out to Amy, like, hey, like this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my story out there. And my story is really good. It came on the news. I think it's a very inspiring story for anybody that's really going through hard stuff in life. Because, I hit rock bottom, I would say. I was at the top of the world, making Olympic teams, winning the championship, making world teams, to like hitting rock bottom. And like I hit almost the lowest bottom I could get, I would say. And then now I had to learn to, work my way back up. And now I'm finally seeing like my potential and getting back to running and competing and really being there. I feel like the inspiration I want to be now. Like before I felt like I lost purpose in competing, but now I know like exactly like what my purpose is: to inspire, to help, to grow. And but yeah, now I'm just looking for hopefully help, support, help people that would be interested to like help me or share my story to other people that may be interested. I think that's really what I'm looking for. Whatever any someone can help in any avenue, like I really want to see what I can do, give this push one last chance. This gets really hard with the situation that I'm in right now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
love you was rambling, sorry.
no, are you kidding? I
Yeah.
mean, we could talk about this for hours.
Yeah.
The fact that you had what seemed to be a career limiting or career
Yeah.
ending injury,
Yeah.
and for years and years you persisted, and it wasn't
Yeah.
one surgery, it wasn't two surgeries, it wasn't three, it was four, and it wasn't even
Yeah.
just on your knees, right? I mean, you had
Yeah.
this
2
eye
eye
issue,
surgeries.
yeah, that you didn't even know, that you were going to need help with. You had to
Yeah.
relocate. What you've overcome is just unbelievable. And
Yeah.
on my end, how old are you? 24, 25? I
I'm
forget.
24 now. Yeah. 24.
24.
Yeah.
There are people double your age that haven't had the struggles that you've had and don't have
Yeah.
the incredible mindset that you
Yeah.
have to be able to overcome that. And it was such an honor that you invited me to go to I mean, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Go to
Yeah.
your very first race in 3 years
Yeah.
was bananas. And then to
Yeah.
see the time that you got, I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, I brought husband Joel. I brought my
Yeah.
dad. I mean, I was thinking about bringing a sign, but I'm like, I don't want to embarrass him too much.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I'm rolling deep with my dad and my husband. Like,
No, it was
I'm not
cool.
going to be too weird, but it was,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Let me see if I can pull up this picture here. Let's see if we can get it.
Yeah, it was dope. I
Hopefully.
appreciate you even coming. Like, oh yeah.
Ah, there it is. Yes. So there's,
Yeah.
wait, there's husband Joel. There's my dad. Look. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that
We
was
were so
dope.
excited.
Yeah, it was a dope. It was dope. I really do appreciate it because you went out of your day.
Of
Like
course.
for
Ah,
me, time is very important, and
so
people
fun.
have a lot of like not a lot of time. And the fact that you came out of your way to watch me race shows the importance of it. Like I really do appreciate you taking your time because you had other stuff planned. So the fact that you came to go see mine, it was really dope, and it was a very cherishing moment to me. Like
It
it's
was an
dope. I really
honor.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
It was
I
an
really enjoyed it.
honor. But
Yeah,
talk to me because
yeah,
it was so cool talking to you. You took the time to talk to us after you found us
yeah,
after the race,
yeah,
which we didn't
yeah,
expect at all. You had a lot of other
yeah,
fans and supporters, but you were hyped. I mean, as you should have been, because for
yeah,
those who don't follow the 100 meters, talk to us about what that time means. Talk to us
yeah,
about where you ranked. I'm going to pull this out of you a little bit because I
yeah,
want folks to hear context about what this
yeah.
means.
Yeah. So for me, I would run in 3 years. So years prior, when I was competing, like I would open up the season running either 10-2, 10-3. And that's kind of what I thought I was going to go now. I haven't trained in over 3 years. This is the only year that I was able to train. So years prior to give context when I was running in the Olympics or going out with Olympic level, I was running, I'd open up like like after training for a whole year. I trained for 2 months. So I started training in May, and then even with that, I couldn't even do block because I had really bad knee pain because my
Right.
knee wasn't used to all that force and stuff. So when I was competing, I'll really open up with that, or I'll end the season with that. So it's impressive to me that I started the season after not training. I just started in year. So like when I was in college, even like in college, to give you context. So when our NCAA championship, that like my sophomore year, we ran 10-11 to win it. So or 10-12 to win it. So it's just insane to thinking about like now people are getting faster, there's new evolution and things like that. But people were talking, like people were like, this guy ran in 3 years and ran 10-12. Like there was guys during the track meet that came up to me like, bro, I've been training for this last 2 years and you just ran my PB in one race. So it was really like really cool. And when I ran years ago, like when I was in my Olympic calorie race, I opened up with that and I was training for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So the fact that I started training, like even I started training hard in like April, May, June. And then May I couldn't even compete because I had really bad knee pain.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
my pain was really bad. Like I'm doing a lot of blocks and, on my kneecap, I had, to be specific on what I had a trochlea graft or trochlea allograft. So let's say this is your knee.
Yeah.
In between your knee right here, you have a little groove. And I
Yeah.
had no bone. So pretty much it was bone on bone if the knee was rubbing underneath that kneecap. So what they had to do is they had to fill it to make it flush. So every time it was either too big or too small. So it was just rubbing. That's what happened on my surgeries. So then the next time they did the same surgery, they cut it open and they filled it. But then your long kid bone here,
Yeah.
they moved it over to the side and then they put screws. So then it offloaded the pain in that area. So it wouldn't be so much force when you do the squatting and you do the jumping and everything. So they
Wow.
offloaded it and then they fixed it, cleaned it out, and then they put it in there and they posted this scar. My scar is about like this big, or maybe like that big. Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it goes into my shin, top of the knee to my shin. So yeah, that's the exact surgery I had. So like even then I never thought I'd be able to push out the blocks again at the level I
Yeah.
was able to. I still definitely have like confident issues like coming out. But like after that race I was pretty pumped because we went in there thinking I was gonna run 10-3 high, 10-4, so my coaches think. And like me going out there as an opener when I ended off that with my season 3 years ago
Yeah.
was insane. And I like the possibilities of what I could do now. I think now I'm more smarter. I train harder. It's more focused. And that's really where I'm trying to get into this like next level. If people were to look at like my races before, they would see like how high end I was. And like I remember with all these videos like where can I go? Will we do this? Will we do that? So now I'm trying to defy the odds. Like they told me a year ago, August 2nd of 2025, that I would never possibly run ever again. and especially at an elite level. And now I'm running back at an elite level, and that's without running for 3 years without training. Like at one point at SC, example, I'm 180 pounds right now, and at SC I was like 210, so I was 30 pounds heavier.
Really?
Yeah, I was 210 when I met you.
Because you're
Yeah,
buff. I mean, you're
yeah.
buff.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was 210. So I was on the bigger side. Like I was super sad, super depressed, didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm finally able to like see my progress and see my hard work actually paying off. I never saw my hard work paying off, I felt. It just took time and patience and effort and the connections and opportunities I have with people like you. So also believe in me. Because before I just was just like, yeah, I'll roll. But every time I texted you, you'd always push me and be positive in the direction. So it always helped me be like motivated and move forward. And I think that's my purpose like now is to like help people. I think the story is very unique,
Yeah.
especially when the doctors told me I may never run again. Like even the doctor, I reached out to the doctor this year and told him like he was ecstatic. He was like,
I
"Oh
bet.
my god!" Like I never, like, he didn't even think I was gonna come back. So
Yeah.
like I remember I emailed him like, "Hey," he's like, "Wow, really? Wow, I'm so excited! Like what the heck?" Like he was so excited. He didn't even think I was gonna come back. So it's really exciting, like that. Even people that did the surgery never thought would come back to now come back. Everyone decided. My coach over there was trying to act all cool, or whatever. Like he was like, as soon as we left, he's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" It's like I didn't train, like I was training, but like I was tired. I was going to work for 8 hours. I'd walk 10 miles one day. I
Yeah.
wake up at 5 in the morning one day, and then like every day. So it was like getting really draining for me. And the fact that I was doing it at a high level while training at this, it shows like this. And that's why I really feel like I can make a big jump going into this next year. If I can start like, yeah, I was just without rehab. I was just with rehab, no recovery, you know, like I was just doing this all on my own. So it's also stressful on a financial state.
Yeah.
And it was like my job is like I was leaving early because I needed to train. So I was getting money and I'm driving from one side of town to this side of town. So it was really tough. So yeah, I'm ready to like make this change and make this jump to like really like show like even then like when I go or when I compete at a high level, like people will be wondering like how I did this. And especially after being 3 years, no sponsor. So I had no sponsor. Like there's professionals that get out, but they had sponsors to pay for
Yeah.
the rehab, the training. I sat down and like it was hard, but I'm like, this is what I have to do in order to be successful. And that's just what I did. And
Unbelievable.
so it would be really cool to hear that and, try to inspire other people moving forward and to see what I can do. Because not only will this impact track, but other sports, like people will be like, damn, like this guy really did this, like while working a full-time job and training, waking up at 5 in the morning and doing the impossible. Like this surgery is not common. A lot of
Right.
people have it, when they're older. Like,
Mm.
when you're older, your cartilage is wearing down. Like it's normally done in higher end people. So like normally it doesn't have to be perfect. Like this one had to be perfect to like milliseconds, millimeters, like millimeters. Just a slight millimeter could just affect everything. And yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty crazy. Yeah,
And you came in second, right, in this
yeah,
race,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
unreal, behind another
yeah,
Trojan.
yeah.
But
Another Trojan.
but what I was so excited that you kept saying is you're just like, he better watch out. No, no
Yeah,
offense to him. This is the
yeah,
competitor mentality, right?
yeah,
But I love that because exactly as you
yeah,
said, you've only been training for a couple of
yeah.
months.
Couple
You're not
months. Yeah,
sponsored. You're
yeah.
working full time, and then this is your first race in 3 years. Unbelievable. Can I show the video that my dad took? Is that okay?
Oh yeah,
Are
yeah.
you all
Go
right with
ahead.
that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. First race in 3 years, it was pretty insane. Oh yeah, there it is.
This is so cool.
Oh
Okay, so
snap.
you're here, right?
Yep, right there. Yeah,
Right there. Okay, so y'all, if you weren't watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you guys need to get over there because you need to see this. This is so, it goes by quick, right? It's 100 meters.
yeah,
Here he goes. Oh, does the play button go work? Ah, this is so cool.
yeah.
What's going through your head?
Like I was shocked, like, because I knew he got out well, but I was like, there's no way that like I'm doing. Because before the first race, I ran 10:26 and I slowed down. So I was like, oh wow, like I'm like, oh, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh god, I'm like, I'm out around here. But when I first came out, I was like, okay, I gotta get out. I was really nervous because
yeah,
I haven't ran in so long. But I came out good. I'm like, okay, let me step, let me push, let me start stepping. Yeah, I seen that Travis was like at my old training partner. I was like, okay, he's stepping on me. Let me get the going. But I'm like, let me just finish to the line, work through my form, and finish through there. So it was good. I was excited. And I was like, I remember because I was like, Travis, Travis, he ran a PB, he ran 9.9. I'm like, dang. Even no, no, put that alarm on. I'm like, what the hell? So even then, if I had a little bit of start, I could have pushed out better. But ultimately, like, this was my first race, low stake. I was nervous. I traveled in that the day before, so I
That's
landed
right.
Friday in the afternoon. So I landed Friday at like 1 or 2, and we ran the next day around that time. So I was there for less than 24 hours, and I left the same day. So it was quick. Like Travis lives in LA. And he had like his PTs and his doctors there with him.
Yeah.
I went there pretty much with my coach. We just did the bare minimum. I went out there, and that's why I'm so competitive. That's why I know. Like I did this all, like even before this, I did this all with just no machines, no code, all high end PTs. And I did this all just with my coach and my PT here. And they had all these resources. I'm really trying to take this to the next level because I believe that I can be successful in this. Then to show people like that. Yeah, but they didn't really put their mind to like even me, I set myself in a box. I never would set myself in a box, but the first surgery, I was like, okay, I'm like, I can do this. Second surgery, I'm like, I started losing hope. And the third surgery is where I lost complete hope on like me being able to come back. I set myself in a
Yeah.
box and I'm like, there's no way I can come back. I was very negative, but then my mind changed to great people around me, joining the Olympic, joining USC and everyone always pushed me to do better. So like I don't think without transferring that seed, my knee would never been as good. And I also would have never had great support people around me to like push me to be better.
Right.
And without Amy, without like you came with your family. Like that was insane. That meant a lot. Like you were super supportive and your husband loved it and your dad loved it.
They were so excited.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was so dope.
It's like they saw Santa Claus. They were
Yeah.
they love track and field. So they're like, oh my gosh, this is
Yeah.
actually someone that's amazingly good.
Yeah.
And we get to talk to him. That was just
Yeah.
really when can we see you again? If we're allowed.
You're allowed to come to anything.
Okay.
Anything. So it just depends. So the season starts in January, and that's why I reached out trying to figure out exactly. So I'm training now. So I started training here September. So September, October, November, December.
Mhm.
I started training like pretty much like high end. And then we have meets from January to March, and then we have meets again from March to June.
Okay.
And hopefully by that time I'll be ready. It depends. A lot more meets were going to California because it's obviously closer in proximity.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just see when the schedule is. But all this goes over my training is. But it'll be hopefully here in like, January will be somewhere here soon. So January, February. So I'll keep you updated because you came to one. So I'm definitely putting you on every other one I go to. So I really like having support. It's really cool. Like seeing people that was seeing me when I was at my lowest now seeing me as I worked my way up. Not only as an athlete, but as a man, as everything. So I really do like appreciate it. It's dope.
Of course.
So, it was cool.
Have you ever thought about having multiple streams of income? Instead of relying on just one stream of income where you're trading your time for money, how would you like to free up more of your time and live a more abundant life? As a listener of the show, you're invited to attend one of our upcoming trainings where I'll give you an inside look into how you can add passive income and get all the other perks of recession-resistant real estate investing without the headaches of being a landlord. I'll also be sharing some hidden mistakes to avoid and the criteria I personally look for when evaluating potential investment opportunities. To reserve your seat for free, go to silviscapital.com/webinar. Again, that special link to reserve your seat for free is silviscapital.com/webinar. I look forward to seeing you on the training. And now back to the show. It's hard not to cheer you on, friend. I mean, you know my story with my health condition. We just got to know each other, a year and a half when we recorded our first podcast. But it was so obvious to me, the mindset that you have, right? I mean, to state the obvious, like the physical stuff, you can be really good at that. But if what's going on between your ears isn't right, like it's not going to right? You're not going to go where you want to go. And it's just so clear to me how special your mindset is. I don't know who wouldn't want to cheer you on and support you. So maybe if I can, I'll push you on Twitter to publish where your events are. We can get some people out to cheer you on. I think that'd be really special.
I really love the Trojans. Like they've been there, been supportive, like through thick and thin. I would say, like even USC in general, it actually was like a change in my life.
Good.
It brought great people around. They got a great system around. It just helped me show like who's really there. And like I reached out to people even from Oregon, and no one came. So
really,
No,
Sorry.
the Trojans are always supportive. Like they show up and they're there. They're thinking that like my PT showed up, like my trainer and the other trainer showed up, and my other trainer actually just tore his ACL. So he was on his crutches at my meet. So like it was very much a blessing. Yeah, like it's
Wow.
and now the Trojans have been like supportive and like they send me to the best doctors
Mm.
and everything's been perfect. So I really enjoy and like I'm so appreciative of like everyone in LA, the Trojans and everything because they helped me through thick and thin, even the support. You know, you doing this podcast and sharing my story even more has also been even more of a blessing. So I really appreciate everything. Like it's just crazy what the possibilities are. And that's kind of like we're SC really unlocked like my mind and my potential. When I was at Oregon, and because I'm from Oregon, I went to Oregon, I feel like I was in a box. You know, I was
Mm.
only an athlete. You know, I felt like I was smart, but I didn't know how smart I was. And then going to SC, getting in my master's program, getting an entrepreneurship program, especially, and then being able to like take my skills and like see where I am. I feel like it really locked because all those people at SC, I see like, oh, when I was at Oregon, they're so much smarter than me, like this and that.
Mm.
But when I went there, I realized that like I'm also very smart and very intelligent, and I have a good heart and work ethic. And it really changed my mindset. If I would never went there, I probably would just been in the box. Think I was only a track athlete. But going there, like it was a lot of smart people around me, a lot of great USC people around me, and one was just great. So like I would have never ever thought like I would have been in this position where I'm at, especially going there. And like it was a blessing. Now, David, well, even reaching out to you, like it's just crazy. Like I was on LinkedIn, I was super sad. There's reaching out to people like I could connect to, see if the opportunities. See like I really love networking. I really love people like knowing people's stories.
Yeah.
So like I think our story really connected. I'm like, this is a relationship with me. I can keep going moving forward. So it was dope. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
gosh, likewise. I'm just so
Yeah,
impressed by you. For those of
yeah,
us who don't know kind of what the path to,
yeah,
I mean, you are an Olympian.
yeah, yeah.
Your goal is LA 28.
LA
Can you tell us
28.
a
Yeah,
bit more about what does that even look like for those of us who've
yeah,
never been exposed to what that path,
yeah,
what that journey can
yeah.
look like?
Yeah, so track is a very rare sport. If I had to be very honest, it's not like football. It's not like basketball. You don't have a high-end federation like the NFL, NBA to pay you.
Right.
So a lot of if you just talk about other sports, they have a federation, which the NBA, NFL, they'll pay them, and they don't have an endorsement. So like track is very opposite. Track is very much only endorsement because USATF isn't that big enough. USATF, the track federation, it isn't big enough to pay the high-end athletes like livable wage. So pretty much all the athletes live off their endorsements. So they're all like independent contractors and companies paying you for what you can bring. So like Adidas, Puma, that's pretty much how most of these track athletes make their money. So when I was competing at a high-end level, I remember I had offers to go pro, but my coaches believed that staying at school another year, which I also think was good for me educational wise, but staying at school another year would help me grow my stock. It's very much about like stock in
Mm.
every sport, but like growing your stock to get more money. So the 1 year that I ended up staying, I ended up blowing my hamstring. I ended up having a knee issue. I ended up having this. So like it was a very like the whole year, like the year prior, I went to the Olympics and the World Championship team. I ran 9.8. I was number one in the world for like 3 or 4 months. I was going competing at Olympic trials, so I was very high end. And then my coach was like, "Hey, you should come back another year. I think you come back another year. You better get a good contract going in." And then that year, I had blown hamstring, bad knee, like all these issues. And then after that, the injuries and stuff was persistent for the next 3 years after that. So it's very tough. But like now, like I totally just like lost track when I those 3 years. I never thought I'd be back in this position. Like 900 days, like I would have never thought 900 days later I'd be competing. All day for like my goal now, and my goal is to LA 2028. Really, there's so in track every other year. There's a thing called there's the Olympics every 4 years, and there's a World Championship. The World Championship's like a mini Olympics-ish, but it's not with all the events. So next year, the World Championships in Beijing. Beijing. So it'll be really cool. You get to compete for everyone. So it's in Beijing. So that's like my goal now. So my goal is hopefully, because right now, like I said earlier, like trying to be like a stock.
Yeah.
So you just need more and more races and showing more and more races. So I need more and more races to get more races under my belt. It's kind of like a car. You know, I like Lexuses. So it's like a car is, taking off. If you haven't started a Lexus in like 10 years and then you
Right.
start up, it's going to be rough idling and everything. So it's going to
Yeah.
take time to start getting that, the motor in there and everything. So that's really kind of how it is. Like I need more races, I need more foundation, and like what I did with the schedule I have, walking 25,000 steps every day, waking up at 5 in the morning, hitting my weights, go hitting, rehab after that for an hour and go hitting other weights for 2 hours, hitting another running workout 2 hours after that was very hard. So now I'm trying to like build my stock up so that I can get an endorsement. So if that's Nike, Puma, whatever, or other companies that offer, I'll try to get something. Just trying to get something out there, just trying to see if they'll sponsor me, to be
Yes.
part of my story. Give me enough money to be like live. But right now, like working my job now and trying to train world class is very hard. And I'm
Yes.
just trying to get like a little bit of fun just to hopefully just travel. Like I want to be able to like if I need to go to California and go there like 2 days early instead of going there the day of.
Yeah.
Or like when I gotta pay for rehab or when I gotta do massages and everything, that's really just what I'm looking for. Like a little bit of support. Like I'm not asking for thousands and thousands. I just need a little bit, just
Yeah.
a small foundation so I can cut down my costs at my work and I can focus more on training. Like my goal right now is hopefully I'll still work, but hopefully cut my hours down so I can focus a little bit more on training,
Yeah.
spend more money on my funding, spend money on like rehab, spend more money on like the hot yoga. So I do hot yoga,
Cool.
to do massages, to do things that's for my body. So that I'm
Yeah.
not walking 25,000 steps. I walk over 180 steps every single week, 180K steps every single week. So I'm really trying, yeah. So I'm really trying to like cut those things down. Like,
Yeah.
just walking all the time, especially on it brings a lot of load on your legs and working out. Because not only am I like one day I'll finish work with 25,000 steps and I'll go run for over an hour. I'll go do workout. So it put a lot of pressure on my knees. So I'm trying to like take the load down,
Yep.
trying to like really limit like my walking and then just focus more on training and see where it takes me. With the circumstances, walking over the almost 200K steps every week was just a lot of load on a knee. I had 3 knee surgeries that had cuts on my squats this big and that screws in there. It's just very like taxing on the body. And I'm just trying to like figure out what I can to just get a little bit of help and support moving forward. And that's hopefully where we can try to get that going, or if
Yes.
not, I'll just figure it out. But we're trying to get myself out there to see who will be willing to help get this, not only continue this journey and story, but a little bit of support and help as I go forward with this goal and gym that I have in mind for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm ecstatic to be able to support
Yeah,
you. I love
I
that
really
you let
appreciate it.
us. Oh, of course. No, of course. It's an ongoing effort, but I want to make sure
Yeah,
folks know where they
yeah,
can go to support you
yeah,
because I'm positive everyone's going to want to pitch in
yeah,
to see
for
this
sure.
rising star. Well, you're
Yeah,
already a star, but to help you
yeah.
keep rising, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, so if they want to support me, like on my Instagram is Micah Williams, but like Micah Williams. I
Yeah.
made a website. So website goes through my journey, what I went through, like where the money will go. I'm really like transparent. Like I'm never gonna make people not know where things will go. Like they could donate to whatever they want to, if it's rehab, it's therapy, wherever they want. Like I'm very transparent. I really want to make sure that everyone knows where things are going so I can, be honest and be transparent and where I'm trying to go. So on my website, it's Micah Williams, spell it Micah. So Micah and then Williams, WILLIAMS.com. So that's the website that I built. It tells everything, my home, about where to donate, my updates, my blogs. I made it by myself, USC taught you how to make all these really cool websites and everything. So
It's a
I made it
great
by
website.
myself. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I made it by myself. And I just hope that like people can look at it, even if they can't donate. Sharing the story is like very much important to me because they may know someone that wants to donate and support me and
Yeah.
help me. So like if it's not financial, I'm just hoping they can share the story. If they know someone in Oregon, like me get out of the job on that. So whatever
Yep.
whatever the opportunities are, if it's something they need, remote, whatever, like connections are the biggest thing for me. So that can help open doors. If it's not even financially sharing the story, means a lot for me. So whatever they can do to help, like I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I really appreciate you
Oh,
giving me the opportunity to share my story. So it's dope. Thanks.
oh, of course. We're going to put that website in the show notes.
Yep.
So folks don't have to, if they're multitasking or doing something else, just go to the show notes. I would encourage
Yeah.
everyone to donate, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is an incredible young man who's doing
Yeah.
exciting things. The Olympics are going to be in LA. I mean, for
LA.
you
It's
to be
gonna
able
be
to come
dope.
back, I don't know if I told you, but husband Joel's been working with the International Olympic Committee
Oh,
to get us
really?
ready. Well, so he works for the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power.
Oh,
So they're
wow.
trying to figure out how to keep the grid up and running. So anyway, we've been secretly strategizing. We're like, okay, so when Mackay runs, how are we going to make sure that
Yeah.
we're in the audience when he's in the
It'll be
Olympics?
dope.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
we're
Don't
gonna
worry. If I
speak
go to
that
the
into
Olympics, you're for
existence.
sure getting me tickets, like
Yeah.
without hesitation, whatever it is. But yes, this is what I'm making mandatory in the Coliseum. So It'd be
right?
really cool. I'm so
Oh,
excited. It just seems like, in my opinion, it seems like too good to be true, but like it's
don't
gonna
say
happen.
that.
I just feel like before I never thought I'd be able to come back. And now just like it's just like it's kind of like I don't know, it's like weird. Like I never thought going to LA and then the Olympics being in LA and now I'm able to compete at a high end.
Hmm.
Like it just seems like it's all going to fall into place. Like
Hmm.
I would never thought I could compete again. And the first race I ran was in LA, which is it's just like it's just like I went to LA. It was a tough year, but I pushed through LA.
Yep.
I graduated from LA. I had my first race into the year. What's crazy is my first championship when I was a freshman was in LA. And then now I'm going to compete. My first race was in LA and now LA, and then the Olympics is now in LA. So yeah, I think it's gonna come back. I think I'm really excited for like what's coming. I really hope people can like understand and see my story. Even on my website, there's
Yes.
videos on the news. You know, everything is very transparent of who I am, what I've accomplished, and everything. So I hope they can show and look, just see what they can do to like help me get to this dream and goal of mine. So I can do it. It's just a lot easier when I have support. That's one thing I knew what USC really brought to me was community and team. And I would have never thought about that. I would always like I do everything by myself. But USC is very much a community, and the people there are very much like community driven. And hoping that people understand. A lot of people away from USC, I hope they can understand that like you all come together for a common goal. And hopefully, I can also inspire people moving forward however I can. So
I love it. So impressed by you, friend. Everyone, make sure to go to Makai's
appreciate it.
website. Thank you so much for coming here and thanks for sharing your story. It's absolutely
Nah, thank
phenomenal.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Great.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone so much. We look forward to having you all cheer Makai on, just like I'm going to. We're all going to do it together and see him on his way to LA 28. All right, everyone.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
see you all soon. Thanks again. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Secrets to Abundant Living podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights that will empower you on your journey towards abundance. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover the secrets to an abundant life too. Stay connected with us on LinkedIn, Amy Silvis. Keep striving for your goals, nurturing your relationships, and embracing the adventure that is life. Until next time, we wish you an abundantly fulfilling day.